All right, all right, all right. Let me see. Okay, okay. I don't know if I'm on. I'm live. Okay, cool, cool. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Just happening. I haven't been on stereo in a minute. I know my homegirl Mystery was like, when we gonna do a show? I'm gonna do a show with her. Because there's so much information I need to share. But the main thing right now is I want to talk about today is upgrading your self-talk. How are you talking to yourself when nobody else is around? Let me get the vibes popping in the background real quick. Do 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 do. Where's it at? All right, here we go. All right, get some vibes popping. Let me share this show out while I'm live. All right, boom, boom, boom. All right, so what is self talk? Positive self talk is the inner monologue that makes you feel good about yourself and everything going on in your life. It's like an optimistic voice in your head that encourages you to look to the bright side, pick yourself up when you fall, and recognize when you fail. Self talk is like, like how are you talking to yourself? Like when somebody do something to you, or like so when you by yourself in solitude, are you constantly reaching out like, hey, somebody talk to me. And usually when that happens, it's like you're avoiding yourself. You know what I'm saying? I wanna, create this platform so people can come on and we can build you up, like, build that love that's within you. So let's get it popping. So let's see what's going on. I'm gonna share this show out. Um, but I'm reporting live from North Carolina. I'm your gracious host, Brittany Bob, and I hope everybody is having a magnificent, wonderful day. Beautiful day, beautiful day. So I'm just grateful. So what I want to talk about is self-talk. And what is self-talk? Self-talk is a method for motivating and encouraging yourself to reject negative thoughts. It also helps you build like a positive mindset so you can stop worrying and dwelling on problems. Shit, I know I got problems that I dwell on, but I'm working on myself to release those problems. You know, but the main thing is you just gotta love yourself. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start podcasting again because it's a part of me that I want to get out to the world. I want to share and I want to add my collective conversation, to the piece. I want to add my piece to the puzzle of this, thing we call Earth. So yeah. So for the most part, positive self-talk is all about transforming your mind. It makes you more happy, makes you more of a constructive person. Self-talk is all about it's like a technique that helps you focus your attention on solutions and expecting positive results instead of focusing on problems and expecting difficulties. Self-talk is something that everybody does. I don't want you thinking like, hey, I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. No, you have to check in with yourself. I learned from listening to this radio show called Planet Remix that you set like an alarm clock on your phone, like every hour on the hour. And if you do that consistently, you just keep checking in with yourself. Like I set an alarm to say, Brittany, how you feeling? How you feeling? How you doing? So it's beautiful. Let me see, they got a button up here to somebody add ambiance. Let's add an ambiance. Cause I got my own ambiance, But okay, they got a little vibe up here. Let me pause my vibes to see what kind of vibes they got. I swear, stereo has changed so much since the last time I've been up here. Uh oh, that's kind of rocking though. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, I'm gonna let that rock for a minute. Okay. All right, so what I was saying was self-talk is, just checking in with yourself, and it's so important because suicide is like one of the leading ways that people have, taken themselves out of here. And most of the time, it's your thoughts. Your thoughts are telling you, hey, you're not good enough. Hey, you don't mean nothing to nobody. But in reality, you got to learn to tap in with yourself and say, hey, that's fake news. That's fake news. That's not real. Most of the time when I do it, like, anything that's not positive or thoughts that's not serving me, I be like, hey, that's a damn lie, or that's fake news. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the main thing is, I just want to come on here and help you understand how important talking to yourself or having self-talk is so important. Um, so one thing I want to talk about today is self-talk. So it says, these inner conversations are sometimes negative about fears, worries, hurts, and problems. That means self-talk can sometimes make you feel bad, but I'm trying to figure out how to help you transform it to make you feel better about yourself. Because a lot of times what's keeping you from living your best life and your best self is that conversation you're having within yourself. Be honest with y'all, like I scheduled this podcast to be like at 5 o'clock this afternoon, but like I said, self-talk, like it's like a part of me wants to express myself, but then it was like these thoughts. It was like, nah, Britt, what if nobody listens? What if nobody? And I was like, you know what? Bump that. I'm gonna go live anyway because I committed to myself and say, hey, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna do the damn thing, and I'm here. So I'm gonna share this show out, and as time progresses, we're gonna build a little vibes tribe. But yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little something about me. I'm from North Carolina. I I live in this very, very rural area. So as a millennial, I'm just trying to build my own brand. I'm starting to start my own business. I work as a paralegal. I'm still a paralegal, but I'm about to take the certification exam again in October. And then I'm going to pass it. And then I know this semester is about to pick up again. So I'm about to be doing that. But the main thing I'm trying to do now is just use my voice in a positive way, just spread love, spread good vibes and everything. So I just hope that, whoever hear this, whoever find this, you're not alone. So, but yeah, so I'm just letting y'all know the mind is a very powerful thing. One of the universal laws is that everything is mental. Everything is mental. I actually went back and listened to my old stereo chit chats I had with my homeboy, and I realized he was like, why is the world so crazy? Why are people so angry? Why are people rude for no reason? And like I told him, a lot of times when people deal with you, it has nothing to do with you. It's really how they feel about themselves. And most of the time, it's like those conversations they are having when nobody else is around. So like 9 times out of 10, you go to a cashier, you go to a store, and then the cashier pops an attitude with you. Most of the time, a lot of people are projecting how they feel about themselves on you. So what that cashier is doing, like, you just say, hey, let me get 10 on pump 7. And then she'll be like, like all this attitude. But most of the time, she didn't have a conversation with herself before you even walked in the store, and probably still having a conversation with herself while you talking, asking for gas. And it's so crazy, but it's so powerful. Like, people deal with people based on how they feel about themselves. So just giving y'all a little something to think about. So I want to give y'all like a 7-day positive self-talk challenge. With this challenge, you can change your negative self-talk by replacing it with constructive, useful, motivational, and inspirational thoughts. You can choose better, happier thoughts to run in your mind, which will encourage and motivate you. And this is so critical during this time because I study like astrology and spirituality, and I realized like you have this Leo energy mixed in with the Aquarius energy. And what I learned that the Leo energy is bringing everything to the forefront, but that Aquarius energy is taking how you feel and what you're doing frequently based on your frequency and putting it into the future. I thought that was pretty dope. But hey. So what I want to say is that's why it's so important that I come on here, because I want to start building and building that momentum, Like, hey, I'm live. I should tell Mystery and all them that I'm live, but we doing this solo dolo either way. So the main thing is self replacing that negative self talk can help you, cultivate a more positive mind, so you can keep those negative thoughts out your mind. So most of the time, like what you practice or what you do frequently, it becomes easier. So 1 minute you're saying like in your mind like, hey, I'm not good enough, but if you start counteracting those thoughts early before they snowball into something crazy, and you be going somewhere. So like the main thing is what you need to do or what you should do. I want to be one of the people like what you need to do, what you should do. But what I will say is, you take those negative thoughts and you hit them early. Like, so the moment I say, I'm not good enough, I'm like, nah, I am good enough. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am good enough. I am more than good enough. You know what I'm saying? So you counteract those. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes over time. So yeah. Like, in my notes, it says when you repeat constructive, optimistic words, you're sending negative, you stop those negative messages from hitting your subconscious. And that's what I meant to break down before. You have the conscious mind, which is aware. This like you're sending, like, for example, my conscious mind is like, hey, I'm aware that I'm sitting in my kitchen right now at the kitchen table, looking at my crystals, looking at my notes, recording the stereo. Now the subconscious is picking up everything like that I'm not even paying attention to. It's paying attention to the words on the wall, like the blinds being open. It's paying attention to just everything. It's soaking it up like a sponge. Now the conscious mind is kind of like filtering it out, so you notice it. You pick and choose what you want to notice. But the subconscious mind, it soaks it up. That's why I've never been a big person of listening to commercials. Like, be honest with you, a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I will mute the commercials on TV. Like when I'm watching TV, I will mute the commercial or I'll cut the screen off, because I don't want certain things to be exposed to my subconscious. So even though I'm aware, like, hey, that's a commercial, my subconscious don't know that. It's experiencing it as if I'm the one that's going through that. So like if it's a medical commercial, it'd be like, hey, this medical commercial is for fixing anxiety and migraines. But side effects are runny noses, bloody noses, runny diarrhea, whatever. Most of the time, your subconscious is soaking that in. And then over time, you would start developing those symptoms, just by exposing yourself to it without even thinking about it. I'm going to tell you how the subconscious works too is, say you drive down the interstate and it's a billboard that say McDonald's. And you keep driving by there, you say, I don't want McDonald's. But every day you see that billboard, you're planting a seed in your mind, like, hey, eventually you're going to pull up to that drive-thru and be like, hey, let me get a number 3. I don't know what a number 3 is, but let me get a number 3. It's because whatever you expose yourself to on a consistent basis kind of like plants those seeds, So, but yeah, I'm just breaking that down. So that's to give you a better understanding is if you watch like a TV show and the TV show got like negative images about love, it has a negative energy about family structure, like the man is always abusive or the woman is always doing stuff or she's a stripper. I ain't talking about nobody, but it's like whatever you expose your mind to. So like say if you constantly exposing yourself to like negative images about love, and then when you go out in the world, you're kind of acting from those thoughts you expose yourself to. So, I don't know. Just letting y'all know what's up. So that's what I'm here for. So we can turn these negative thoughts into positive thoughts. That's the main thing. You change the words that you repeat in your mind. My bad. Changing the words you repeat in your mind will help you change your outlook on life. When you repeat constructive, optimistic words, you stop sending negative messages to your subconscious. So usually what I like to do to change that negative self-talk is using positive affirmations. I don't know if most people use positive affirmations, but I love positive affirmations because it's a beautiful technique that helps you change your mindset and what goes on in your mind. It's also a way to push away worries and doubts. It's a method for chasing away fearful thoughts. So, for example, I always been scared of spiders. Like, I mean, to an extent, if it's a spider big enough, shit, I might still be scared. But anyway, uh, when I was younger, I remember every time I see a spider, my heart would race. It didn't matter what size it was, like a small one, large one, my heart would race. And I remember like my dad would like, pick your foot up and stomp it. And I'm like, who? No, like, and even my grandma, it was a spider in her house, and she was like, get the hot shot, get the raid. And I was like, who? Who going? I'm not walking up on that thing, So it's like my thoughts was telling me like, what if this spider jump on me, or what if this spider for some reason take out running and run on me or something? Like it's gonna attack me or whatever. So it was my thoughts. But how I overcame or kind of like worked on my fear of spiders, I learned about spiders. I learned like, okay, this is what they do. Okay, Okay, so they really want bugs more than they want me. Okay, cool. Okay, and they're very artistic and creative with their webs. Oh, and then the spiritual meaning of it is like, wow. So the spider is really in my presence to give me a message about myself, to inspire more creativity and expression and patience. I'm like, wow. Okay, so now when I see a spider, it's like, okay, I'm not as like, okay, terrified as I was when I was a kid. But yeah, that's why I love positive affirmations, because it's all about having a dialogue and repeating it. Like, you just can't say like, hey, I'm a millionaire. What you can? Like, I am a millionaire. I am, because I am is the two most powerful words. And whatever you say after I am is usually what it is, So I just want to help you reprogram your mind so you can start looking at life on a bright side, like a brighter side. It seems easier to think about problems and difficulties and immerse in them. This affects your mood, your state of mind, your health, your relationship. Like, you ever been around somebody who just like, they're just so negative, like, the glass is half full, and you don't want to be around that if you have a positive outlook in life. So I'll also be mindful of the people you keep in your surroundings and in your circle, because that can also, do something to you. Because like I told you, that subconscious is powerful. It's powerful. So just don't allow negative thoughts to repeat themselves over and over again. The best thing you do is just keep thinking positive thoughts, like everything is well, all is well, everything is fine, everything is exactly where it needs to be. And it's beautiful. So everything is love, everything is phenomenal, everything is light, everything is love. You repeat those kind of things, regardless how it looks. That's the beauty of walking by faith and not by sight, because the faith is the words. Your words create worlds. Like, literally, y'all. Like, your words create worlds. Have you ever just said something hypothetically and it shit happened for real? Because your words are creating it. The moment really your thoughts are creating your world. Because like sometimes you can think something and it happens. You think it long enough, boom, it's here. So I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. But the main thing I want to tell you is like, just think about the things you want to happen. You know what I'm saying? And not what you want to avoid. Think of health instead of sickness. Think about being strong instead of weak. Think about being in love or in love with yourself versus looking for something outside of you. So, you know what I'm saying? And always remember, if you're going to talk about positive affirmations, always speak about it in the present, present time. You want to get results now, but sometimes it's like, if you're not very specific with the universe, like, you just saying stuff. So you have to be very, very specific on what you're asking for. Like, for example, if you don't have a job, don't say, I will have a job. You have to use stuff like, I have a well-paying job and a wonderful work experience. Or if you want to go work for yourself, not saying like I'm gonna have a business one day. Say I have a business that is profitable and beautiful and flourishing. You feel me? So that's how I go. Let me see what else we got. What else we got in my notes? Because I'm trying to plan it out. Like, I just want people to understand thinking positive is really key. Loving yourself is really key. For example, it's like I've loved myself for so long. Like I worked on myself so much spiritually that sometimes now I can see bullshit from a mile away. Like somebody met me and was like, "Hey, I want to love you. I want to be with you." I'm like, "Hold up, you don't even know me." Like I've been loving myself like for a long time. So what are you trying to offer me that I'm not already offering myself? I don't know. That's how I think. But I'm trying to build. Like most of the time, a lot of people don't come in your life to build. They see that you already established something, and then they come in and try to destroy it or sabotage it. And that's why you have to be mindful, because if you're very centered and grounded with yourself and know who you are, you're able to see like, okay, is this person coming with good intentions, or is this person coming to, do the opposite? So, yeah. So I'm just like, what's really good? So, main thing I want to, just hit home with is like, just keep those positive thoughts flowing. Like I love being positive. I love positive thoughts. I love intellectually stimulated conversations. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I love what I do so much that I'm willing to come on here by myself and break down like self-talk, because I realize it's so important during this time. Like between this pandemic, between what's going on in the government, what's going on outside of you. It's a lot going on outside of you. But the main thing is what's going on inside of you. We got to start healing what's inside of us. We got to start healing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But main thing I want to do is, end this show with a couple positive affirmations. So y'all can catch these good vibes from Brittany vibes. Okay. It says, I am happy and satisfied with my life. I am happy and satisfied with my life. I am happy and satisfied with my life. I expect good results, good health, and happiness. I expect good results, good health, and happiness. I let go of the past and expect wonderful. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I let go of the past and expect a wonderful future. I let go of the past and expect a wonderful future. Every day, I am improving my life. Every day, I am improving my life. I always expect constructive and productive results. I always expect constructive and productive results. I have found the perfect job for me. I have found the perfect job for me. Day by day, my financial situation is improving. Day by day, my financial situation is improving. My life is filled with love. My life is filled with love. I have a lot of love in my life. I have a lot of love in my life. I feel healthy and strong. I feel healthy and strong. Wonderful things are happening in my life. Wonderful things are happening in my life. Everything in my life is improving. Everything in my life is improving. I see the good in my life and I focus on it. I see the good in my life and I focus on it. I have the wisdom to guide me through every situation. Now I feel that I have the wisdom to guide me through every situation. I surround myself with people who like me and treat me well. All right, holla if you hear me. I surround myself with people who like me and treat me well. Keep in mind, like I told you, keep that inner circle, man. That inner circle. You are like the people you give most of your time with, or who you spend your time with. Another affirmation is, I feel comfortable when in the presence of friends and in the presence of strangers. So you can't live in fear. You know what I'm saying? That's how you meet new people. That's how you get different perspectives. It's just feeling comfortable in the presence of people that you already know, but also in the presence of people that you don't already know. You know, you got to stay open, because that's how you manifest stuff. You got to be open to new experiences, because sometimes a stranger could be that person who's holding the key to the door you need to open. You know, I'm just saying. I am doing work I enjoy and find fulfilling. I am doing work that I enjoy and find fulfilling. I let go of worries and fears that drain my energy and waste my time. I feel safe and protected everywhere I go. I feel protected from negative feelings of other people. I am the one who decides how to behave and how to react. Now, I like that affirmation. I am the one who decides how to behave and how to react. The past has no power over me. Okay? Like, I felt that because my past don't have no power over me. Like, I'm staying in the present moment. Just like, that's the main thing, is staying in the present moment. Like somebody told me, the past doesn't exist no more and the future is not here yet. But the present moment is all you have. So whatever you're doing in the present can outweigh what you did in the past, but it can also affect what you're going to have in the future. So that's how I look at it. And the last affirmation before I get out of here is, my life is filled with meaning and purpose. You know what I'm saying? So my life is filled with meaning and purpose. I like that. Stereo got some interesting vibes up here. They jamming. Let me turn this down. But that's the main thing. So I wanted to come up here and, anybody got something to add to what I said about having a healthy inner dialogue with yourself. Like, stop beating yourself up. Stop being your bully. You can be your biggest bully or your biggest enemy, but you can also be your greatest inspiration, your biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? So, main thing I tell people, you can't expect somebody to love you if you don't love your damn self. So that's why I love myself. That's why I put so much importance on loving myself, building myself, not from an egotistic standpoint, but just knowing like, hey, the love I'm giving myself right now is getting me through. Because a lot of times when you depend on other people to give you love or that inspiration or that motivation outside of you, when they're not available, it can leave you hanging. You know what I'm saying? So you got to push yourself to love yourself and get yourself through this, because it's crazy out here. You got to keep yourself warm. You know what I mean? A lot of people leave you out here in the cold. So you got to remember, hey, I pack my own damn coat for me. I don't know. But that's just how I think. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to try to come up here more. I'm going to call this Speak Your Truth Fridays, because I'm going to keep speaking my truth and keep living in truth. And love and light. Peace and love to you.
I was in West Oakland, California, when I found out about a piece of me. All this solitude around, I'm starting to see when I'm alone, the shit I think. I come from the part of town I talked about, but talk your outline if you blink. I can't go outside today, that shine and fade, and that go along with my peace. All these energies and entities and people that just want shit from me. I can't make this up, the luxuries of being broke as fuck and escaping. Not to sound ungrateful about the blessings, but my best days are all in my past. I've been working like a slave, proud to say, now look, but I am like bad. And then in the Zedlar, when I got a wristwatch, cop another wristband. Anytime I risk my life, clocking out a TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm willing to bet it all, I'm willing to risk my life. And then in the Zedlar, when I got a wristwatch, cop another wristband. Anytime I risk my life, clocking out a TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm willing to bet it all, I'm willing to risk my life. I was was in Bronx, New York when I decided this the type of life that I live. I made sacrifices, what the fuck you writing for? You know you do not give. I got right back on my feet, I fell face first the first time, I'll admit I did. Took a couple years for me to feel like I did not fall upon all deaf ears. Niggas wanna wait, but I call that fear. At least I got a place for if all else fails. Nigga, I went on a date, told her call that live. I told her lose my line, then don't call back here. Yeah, I'm about to lose my mind, I got all that care. Hey, listen to me rhyme, and can't hold back tears. Gamble on a life, but it won't be fair. Trade it off for some sand and a beach chair. And then in the Ziploc, went and got a wristwatch. Cop another wristband. Anytime I risk my life, flagging out the TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm willing to bet it all, I'm willing to risk my life. And then in the Ziploc, went and got a wristwatch. Cop another wristband. Anytime I risk my life, flagging out the TikTok, watch it all on TikTok. I'm willing to bet it all, I'm willing to risk my life.